This week's message by Pastor Shelton is entitled, Prayers Not Answered. Hello again on behalf of Firefly Ministries. Okay, before you get too excited, I know that we all understand that God always answers the prayers of His followers. But the pastor uses Psalm 35, verses 13 and 14, as an example in the time of King David's prayer life when he felt that God wasn't listening. King David said, "When my prayers returned to me unanswered, I went about mourning as though for my friend or brother. I bowed my head in grief as though weeping for my mother." Maybe sometimes this has been your experience when praying. Maybe you felt that God isn't hearing your prayers, or if He is listening, He's ignoring you, or maybe He's even mad at you. In your times of desperation, surely if God really loved you, He would answer your prayers immediately. After all, that's what you would do if one of your children were in that same situation. You know, it's at times like this when it's difficult to know exactly how to relate to God, much less to keep trusting Him. Most of the time, we as Christians find it difficult to discuss our disappointment in God's silence with our fellow believers, thus making it even harder to understand what God is really doing. But thankfully, the Bible openly discusses what seemed at the time to the one praying them to be unanswered prayers. This week, Pastor Shelton uses several Bible prayers to help us understand how God answers prayers, while building our confidence in His unfailing love for us. He will conclude his message with an important question and a promise found in Isaiah 49, verse 15. I would encourage you to read this text before Sabbath's message. Join us this Sabbath in the sanctuary or on the internet for Pastor Shelton's message entitled, Prayers Not Answered. Until then, have a blessed week.